Hey guys, Banana Luck here and welcome back to another Water of Realms video. So today we're gonna do a short video covering the Crimson Star boss for Voidwave Phase 2 this week. So this is gonna be the Nightmare run and I'm gonna showcase how you actually burst down the boss as quickly as possible. And of course there are gonna be heroes that you can swap around to make this work. You don't have to necessarily use the exact same heroes, but if you do have them, then it's much easier for you because you can follow my guide step by step. And then bear in mind that there's an Inferno faction boost this week. So that means that my run is going to look a lot easier because I have a lot of faction units in my arsenal for this run. So just bear that in mind. I do explain what I normally place instead when there's no boost to make sure that we get the boss down as soon as possible. So strategy is going to be very similar to the chapter 9 bosses that you guys have probably fought somewhere along the line. So you're going to be trying to burst him down right over here before he even gets here. And then there's a spell of his that prioritizes attacking defenders. So you're going to have to place a defender here to take some hits. If not, the units that you place here to actually try to burst the boss down, they will get bursted instead. And bear in mind that this attack does it in a horizontal line. So it's going to destroy your formation pretty fast if you don't have a tank instead here. So there's gonna be the healer as well as the uncommon destroyers. You're gonna have to use heroes with true damage to take care of this. So there's gonna be heroes like Silas, Nocturne, who else does true damage? Fauchia, maybe even. So those are the guys that you have to take note of. If not, you can use Hex as well, because these mobs are low to magic. They don't have much resistance to that, so magic damage from like Hex could work really well as well. So without further ado, let's get into the run and I'll showcase gear right. Actually, I should showcase gear first so that you can see exactly what heroes we use. Silas with a maxed out Spirit Siphon. Satram in a okay set. And then Spirit Siphon on level 1. And Zillitu as well. A level 4 Wheeling Skull. And then we also have Valeria with a level 1 Wheeling Skull. And then there's Nocturne with a level 3 Heaven's Reach and an Inside Gear set. And then Brokir here as well, just all out tank gear. And then who else do we have that I missed? Dolores Invigoration set, so it's a Kin Wisdom artifact. And then last but not least, there's Vortex. Oh, my Vortex is missing an item. Let me just slap something on real quick. Explains why he wasn't healing as much earlier. This is good enough. And yeah, that's gonna be it. And I'm gonna start to run. So those big ass golems, they hurt quite a bit. So for that reason, I'm gonna place down Brokir first, so that he actually gets time to regenerate rage and get his ultimate before the first golem comes. And next part is gonna be pretty important. You're gonna be placing Nocturne, and what you're gonna do instead is that don't place him here, even though you start to get to hit the mobs earlier. Reason being that this space here that I'm pointing at is gonna be not covered for, and when that happens, Nocturne switches aggro, it tends to switch over to the golems instead and ignore the healers. So when that happens, you're gonna lose because the healers are gonna continue healing, and the golems are gonna end up destroying your tank instead. So I'm gonna cancel that and place Nocturne here instead. That works a lot better. So yeah, gonna do that. And then you're gonna next start placing down your legendary units that are gonna be doing damage, and you place them down in the order of how much rage they need to get off their ultimates. So Satram takes the longest. I'm gonna slap him down first. And then the next person is gonna be Valeria, followed by Zilitu, because Valeria has more rage to regenerate than Zilitu. Zilitu's ultimate is a bit more instant. You can see the aggro doesn't change, it just focuses on the healer, which is great. And then you're gonna pop ultimates here. And one thing to take note here is that I'm gonna spawn Vortex Snakes. And reason being is that even though we need Silas to burst the boss, when we don't normally have Infernal Faction boost, you need the boss to walk down here before you can place Silas down. So might as well place Vortex now instead, because you know that way you actually get your your tanker covered, because the boss is gonna do a few of those blasts on him soon. And then you're gonna pop the ultimate here, make sure that mob dies. And you're gonna see here is where I place down Silas, but the boss is almost dead, and that's only because we have the Infernal Faction boost this week. And then we're gonna pop Brokius out here, just so that he doesn't die. And then you're gonna see that most of my units are alive, because the boss didn't get to do much with the Infernal boost. And then normally Valeria is the last one standing, so you can then you know, pop Silas's out and you know let it wipe out the boss. And normally the boss won't actually aggro Silas, so he just kills him over time, and you despawn everything. Because now you're gonna have to start covering for this side instead, now that you've cleared the boss. Of course, if you try to clear the boss while, you know, clearing the mobs at the same time, it's gonna be very messy. His tower attacks where, you know, he does 3 tiles of damage. That's gonna be very hard to deal with, especially if you're only running, you know, epic units, if let's say you don't have much of the good legendary units going on. So I'm gonna place down this and use this. And then place down that. And do this. You're gonna point Valeria up. I find that that tends to catch up the restorers that do heals as they spawn out here last. So do that, and then you know, ensure that you have a much smoother run, because the his passive got proc, but that's fine because now we have everyone here with their ultimates up. I popped it out. Oops, don't think that was a good idea. Because now we are not covered, but let's see if that works. Okay. Yeah, you can see that I shouldn't have popped Valeria's out there. Or maybe I shouldn't have faced her to top. I think the strat was to face her to the right actually. Yeah, not like this. But that's fine. We still managed to clear everything in time. Probably should have popped Satrams out there for a bit of control. The stun that he gives. But that's fine. We're gonna respawn in time, so we're still gonna be able to complete this run. Yep, you're gonna see the... Okay, and then one last guy is gonna pop up here, and we're gonna clear the boss. Nice. So a bit of hiccup there, but just make sure that you do your ultimates earlier, and I think you're fine. If not, just face Valeria to the left instead. So stats-wise, obviously, Zilitu is dealing quite a lot here. I think especially so with the Infernal Faction boost. And also Nocturne clearing out most of the golems there. So no surprise there. And normally if Silas was helping to take down the boss, it would deal a lot more damage, but that's not the case here. So yeah, that's the Crimson Star boss done and dusted. Obviously with the Infernal Faction boost, it's a lot easier. But if you don't have those heroes, you can always substitute them. So for like Zilitu and Valeria, you can substitute them with the likes of Salazar, Arrogance. Those are the units to go for. And then for Nocturne, you can replace it with Hex. That works well. Or maybe even Boris. That I'm unsure because I don't have Boris. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. If you needed a short guide on how to clear the Crimson boss quickly so that you don't have to deal with all his nonsense spells that come after that. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section below. found this helpful, feel free to leave a like or subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.